Hey everybody, my name is Danielle and this is Chatter Out Loud. Thank you so much for joining me. Your presence is very much appreciated. So welcome back. I wanted to share an update on Big Brother Season 24, BB24. So if you're interested, keep listening. Okay, I've been catching up on the live feeds, and so I'll share observations and then I'll share spoilers. So here we go. All right, I wanted to start where I saw Amira, Joseph, and Jasmine talking about a trip that Joseph made, I believe. And they were talking about saving bugs and life in general. I entertained this conversation because I was really looking to understand some of the players in the game. And I don't think I learned much from that, but whatever. Indy and Paloma are bonding in the bathroom, I believe. They're having a conversation. Oh, no, in the bedroom, I think. I can't remember where exactly. This was on July 7th, around 1:20-ish. They're bonding. They're talking. Alyssa joins, and then we learn that Indy has a sex coach. I thought that was interesting. Indy's game is more of trying to be social and steer away from game talk. That's what I'm observing with Indy. She wants to connect with people via personal versus plotting and strategizing. Her game to me has the potential to be a person who floats in the game. All right, so Joseph, he was talking about not haves, right? He intentionally said something. He was talking within the group and he said something about not haves. I think I wrote this note because I feel Joseph is really insincere. I think he's fake. I think his approach is trying to act like he doesn't know the game. That's just what I feel. And an example of that is by him saying not haves opposed to have nots. Right? Subtle, but Joseph is fake to me. All right. Paloma, she talks a lot. I really feel like she thinks she's running the house. I feel she stirs the pot. And that's her gift in the game, you know? She stirs the pot. It's working for her right now. But for me, I'm not sure she will be able to sustain it, especially after she gets her quote-unquote target out. She is the person who started the whole Taylor bashing. And like I said, based on her gameplay, stirring the pot is Paloma's gift. Yeah. All right, Pooch, Turner, Daniel. Pooch, Turner, and Daniel. I have a note here that they created an alliance. This was on the first night though, so I don't know if this is still a thing. And I didn't capture the name. Pooch, he says Monty reminds him of Xavier. I'm trying to understand. These men look nothing alike. They have different mannerisms. One is bald. I guess they're both in great shape. Maybe that's what Pooch was saying that reminded him. Maybe that was Pooch's thought process in saying that Monty reminded him of Xavier because maybe they're both in great shape. I don't know. I'm trying to find something there. They both are nice looking men. Yeah, but I don't know Pooch. I criticized Xavier for his obsession with Tiffany last year and her gameplay she made. There was a specific gameplay she made, and it just annoyed Xavier so much where he whined about Tiffany. And the way he was pacing back and forth and whining over and over. I criticized Xavier about that. And even with my thoughts about X during those moments, he is very, very different from Monty. Watching the feeds, I feel Monty is a bit of a bozo. Xavier is no bozo. So Pooch saying that Monty reminds him of Xavier is really shallow to me. And to me, it just means that Pooch is just basing it off of them both being black men. That's the only thing I can see, because there's nothing remotely the same about Monty and Xavier. There just isn't, aside from them both being black men. Although Monty doesn't lead with him being a black man. That's not how he identifies. In his intro, he says he's Puerto Rican. Yeah. I'm surprised by Michael and Taylor. Neither of them are doing well, all that well at the social aspect of the game. To me, I feel they are both socially anxious, if that's a real term. In my observation, each of them have difficulty fitting in, and when they do participate in conversations or share information or try to connect, it's awkward. It comes across negatively to the other house guests. Case in point, Taylor and the infamous dress reveal. She put on a dress sharing that this is what she's wearing to the finale, and immediately it's interpreted by the other house guests as her being cocky and confident. Like, how dare you say that? You know, you think you're going to the final two, when she was just sharing that this is what she was wearing to the finale. And even if she was joking around, that's her way of trying to fit in and join the group, right? And trying to fit in. And it doesn't matter what she does. It's just not viewed. It's viewed negatively by the other house guests. She's just trying to find something to connect with them, and it's so unfortunate. She's tried so many different ways, and because of the pot stirring led by Paloma, yes, I'm saying it again, Paloma's gift in this game is stirring the pot. Taylor can never do anything right, not in their eyes. All right, Michael looks like he's trying to get his footing, but it's so uncomfortable to watch him. He's always in the room when he's in the room with a group, and he looks like he wants to jump in, but then he retreats. And then the next time we see him, he's in another room talking to the camera, trying to get himself together and talking to himself and say, "You've got this. You can do it. You will." This looks like anxiety to me. Excuse me. He wants to talk game, but he's not in the mix, and he's trying so hard to get in the mix. And his name so early on is being thrown out as a pawn. Yeah. Taylor looks like she has some type of deal or game talk with Pooch. I didn't see that coming, to be honest. But as I continue to watch the feeds over the last couple of days, I don't think this is real. I don't trust Pooch. All right. Paloma is working her social game. She's doing very well, you know, in terms of how it's being or her perception in the house, or how she's seen in the house, right, by the other house guests. Like for us that are watching the live feeds and the fans, we see through Paloma, but the other house guests, they are thinking Paloma is the person, right? But she's doing very well in her social game. She talks a lot, but it's working for her. She is a pot stirrer. This is her gift. I, for one, believe this is who she is outside of the Big Brother house. I believe Paloma, I believe this to be Paloma in her real life, a pot stirrer. And again, I feel like she thinks she's running the house. Yeah, we'll see how this will last, how long this will last, I should say. Another alliance, Rogue Rats Alliance. It's a final two deal between Daniel and Nicole. I saw them talk about this, and I think they also have a tagline saying something about rats to riches. It's cute. I like this for them, I guess. The round table sharing, what they are grateful for. There was a dinner one night. They were sharing, they went around the table and each house guest shared what they were grateful for. Taylor's story was emotional and moving and made me tear up, to be honest. I like Taylor. Yeah. I related to her in that moment. I hope that through her sharing that story, a lot of the house guests would see her differently, right? They would see how vulnerable she was being and how she was trying to share with them. But based on the last two nights, they don't care. They don't like Taylor. I was warming up to Jasmine, but Jasmine's a follower. This is an asset for the others in the game, specifically Paloma, the pot stirrer, but it will hurt Jasmine's game for sure. I'm loving Nicole. That's it. I love Taylor. As the days go by, I'm hoping that she's viewed differently by the women. I doubt it, but I think I think that the girls are missing out on a great ally. Yeah, I think that the girls are missing out on a great ally in Taylor. You know, I'm surprised that I'm not a fan of Amira. Like, this really surprised me. I think Amira is a snake in the game. I don't trust her. I don't care for her in the game. Not a fan at all. I like Michael, and again, I'm so surprised at his gameplay, but I talked about that earlier. I'm also surprised by Daniel, but he's aligned with Nicole, so I'm giving him a chance. I had high hopes for Daniel, but I think he's falling out of favor with me. He's falling out of favor with me. The way he moves just doesn't make me feel comfortable. I'm keeping my eye on him. This morning I heard about the Mamba Alliance. Michael was just added. I'm not sure. I haven't found this on the feeds, but there's a Mamba Alliance. I think Pooch is in that. Anyway. All right, moving on. After another night's sleep, I thought Amira and Indy are realizing how harsh they've been on Taylor and how they're judging her. From what it sounds like, they are going to change that, but still be cautious in the game and gameplay with her. And when I watched them say that, I thought that's fair, right? My next thought was that I hope they mean it, because they were being mean girls, right? And sure enough, it didn't last long. They returned to that nonsense against Taylor. Okay, we know Daniel is HOH, and here's the spoiler alert. Daniel nominated Terrence and Michael. I believe he picked the two of them because of where they placed in their competitions. I guess he was trying to be fair. I think that's what he said or did. I don't know. But now he's saying that he hasn't talked much game with them, and that's why he's just trying. I guess Daniel's trying to get us to believe that he selected Michael and Terrence, or Terrence and Michael, as nominees because he hasn't talked much game with him. But then in the next breath, when he's in a conversation, he says that he hasn't talked much game with Joseph, but he likes Joseph. And so what does this mean, right? And this is what I'm saying. Daniel moves a little funny to me. I watched a day of live feeds to catch up and try to understand what's going on with this Taylor bashing. I'm really trying to search out where and pinpoint what's happening. You guys, it's trash. I'm not rooting for anyone, to be honest. I hope Nicole and Taylor has a lot of success in the game, and that's really it. However, like on the other hand, I want Taylor to go. I just want them to just vote her out, minimize her trauma after being on the show. At this point, she has no currency in the game. I think it would just take a lot to change how she's viewed in this game, and it's really unfortunate to me. And it's really no fault of her own. Paloma has been masterful in brainwashing others, stirring the pot because she's threatened by Taylor for whatever reason. I personally feel it's a level of insecurity by these girls. But, you know, Paloma, she can play the game however she wants. That's how BB works. That's how it's evolved over the years. It's almost expected. But the disproportionate hate for Taylor, it's just palpable through the screen. I don't like it. I think it's unwarranted. It's disgusting to me. Just watching how it's evolved over the last few days, it's just trash to me. It's unpleasant to watch. I really want Taylor to go just for the sake of minimizing her trauma with this BB experience. She doesn't need this show. She'll be fine afterwards. I can't stand most of the house guests. I think most of them are trash. The only strategy they've shown is to target Taylor. I get that a few of them are just on the bandwagon because it's not them being targeted, you know, so that it's like, well, I'm not being targeted, so okay, well, I'll go with whatever the house goes with, you know. I get that, but it's still trash. The one thing I'm trying to understand is when Taylor is finally gone, then who? Right now, from what it looks like, Indy is next, but they haven't bashed Indy like that, and they're not talking about her personally. I guess I would accept them wanting to target Taylor, or I would accept them wanting to target Taylor if it was founded on something like real or something legitimate. And as of now, their hate is because of Paloma, right? She's a pot stirrer, or it started with Paloma, and now everyone is continuing it. I'm trying to look for redeeming qualities, of these house guests, but with their hate for Taylor, the only thing I can see is that they're young and they have time to change. Maybe. It is my hope that when they get out of the house, they are embarrassed. right? I saw something online that read, when Twitter, Reddit, and Facebook all are saying the same thing, about Taylor and the treatment of her by the other house guests, there's something there. We all see it as fans. I saw that tweet or something to that effect in terms of when all of these platforms are seeing and saying the same thing, there's something there, and there is. The treatment of Taylor is unwarranted. Paloma is a pot stirrer. It's trash. I don't get the animosity with Taylor. I feel it's unwarranted. It's part of the game, sure. I guess so. Personally, I really hope that she's voted out. Let's minimize Taylor's trauma in the BB game. I feel she'll be fine afterwards. She'll have much success. The majority online is in support of Taylor. We don't like what we're seeing. I think it would be great. You know, it would be great. I think if after all of this, we vote Taylor as an AFP, excuse me. But in all honesty, I don't really know how much more I can watch. I can watch. It's just so disappointing. The cast is trash. If not for the Taylor bashing, what is there to this cast? I mean, really. Michael won power of veto, so we'll see replacements on Monday sometime. A lot can happen in 24 hours. Who knows? Maybe they all will see the light and realize something, that they're trash. It looks like the choices for a replacement nominee, because Michael won the power of veto, would be between Taylor and Indy. We'll see. So in summary, Daniel is the HOH. He nominated Terrence and Michael. Michael won the power of veto, leaving Daniel to select a replacement nom, and it looks like it's between Taylor and Indy right now. Again, a lot can change in 24 hours. We'll see. All right, and that's all I have. I'd love for you to like, share, follow, and subscribe, all of which will help my channel grow, so thank you in advance. All right, my name is Danielle. You're listening to Chatter Out Loud. Thank you so much for joining me. And as always, I appreciate your support. That's all I have. Thanks again for listening, and I'll talk to you next time.